welcome back to Technology Review. I'm your host, Mac Jackson Jr. I'm here with Sonia Pekowick.
Pedowick, but that's all right.
Pekowick.
It's not easy.
Sonia Pekowick.
I should use it as my password.
There you go.
No one would ever get it.
Ever
right?
get it.
Not that I do, all you hackers.
Well, thanks, guys. Welcome back to another segment. And I'm very excited here to be with Sonia. She's my co-host, and it's always great and exciting. I would talk about a lot of scary stuff about identity theft and cybercrimes, but she makes it a lot of fun. So glad you're back here. In this segment, we're going to talk about gadgets you should have on your smart device as well, and continue our conversation about the whole, cybercrime stuff, and what you're seeing and what you're envisioning that companies could do.
I think it's important as a small business. This is something I've worked with you on to definitely have an understanding of your policies and have them in place. I mean, I'm a small business, so I have 5 people, and so I haven't historically thought about it because I trust them so much, but it's not them, right? Because the new saying is it's not if you'll get hacked, it's when you'll get hacked.
That's right.
Right?
When.
And so, this year for me is all about making growing my company from a financial, profitability perspective, but becoming a mature organization. And I think what's helping me do that is working with an expert like you to have those policies and procedures in place for password and devices and what can come in my environment, what can't, all those type of things. It's really going to help us out. But to your point, it's not a set it and forget it type mentality.
Yes.
And that takes time. I will have to put it on my calendar every 8 weeks, every 3 months, every quarter, say, okay, what's changed? What's new? What's out there?
Exactly.
Am I up to date on what it is? And if I hire someone new in that period, are they being educated?
Yes.
And so I find that to be valuable. So if you're a small business out there and you're not doing it, you're at risk.
Yes, they are. And again, clients call me all the time, Mac, where can I just get documents and put together a policy really quick because we think we're going to have an audit next week. And they're doing it like they're being, again, reactive versus proactive. Yeah. They're being reactive. And I'm like, well, I give you documents, but we have to have training.
Yeah.
And when you're asked in an audit, did you have your employees had any training? Then you're going to say no, but you got these documents that are fresh that you got off the internet or Googled it, and it doesn't give you that whole training that you need to have your employees trained. And like I said, it always should be everyone, from the person who answers your phone to the forklift operator in the back. Everybody has their responsibility within an organization. Think of it as before computers, right? If you hired 30 people to work for you and they all had keys to your organization, wouldn't you have a group meeting telling everybody, here's the security about our building, how these keys should be used? Cyber is the same kind of way. You want to give them instructions on how technology should be used and what their rights, what their duties are to protect the company from people who are trying to get in.
Sure. It's much like, and I have a contact in town who owns a very large construction company who has like 0, safety incidences, meaning they don't have any problems. They don't have fatalities or injuries or those type of things. And then where I work in town, all that big construction's going on. And when you drive into my office, there's 7 signs about safety. And it's a company culture thing when you're talking about construction and building because people's lives could be at stake. Somebody could get really hurt.
Yeah,
if you're not paying attention to safety and the building structure is built incorrectly, or a machine is not stored properly, that's people's lives. And it's very similar in security and cyber, although we're not talking necessarily people's lives per se. But if someone were to attack me with ransomware, it could bankrupt my company. It could, and if a company's smaller than mine, bigger than mine, it just becomes another problem to have to deal with. And so to be more proactive in the terms of construction companies, that's all they talk about is safety, 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 safety.
Yes, they talk about safety all the time because it's that physical safety. Like we were talking about Bitcoin today and about how banks are and casinos are not liking it, but kind of liking it. They really don't want to do it, but they're having ATMs in their casinos that accept Bitcoin. Yeah. But they rather have the cash.
Yes.
It's like the whole idea of understanding one is a physical, tangible. You can touch cash. Bitcoin is electronic, but it can disappear, melts in your hand, and it goes away. So people are like, I don't understand it. Yeah. Same thing with construction safety. You can see a building being built and scaffolding that if it falls, it can hurt someone.
100%.
But you look at a computer, you figure, well, I can't see it, so it's not harmful. When that machine is so powerful electronically, what it can do to families, to organizations, to companies.
Elections.
Yes, the elections. That's good. Absolutely, like the elections. How it can affect all of it, right? And
I kid.
She's right. She's absolutely right. And it can affect, and you have to have policies, procedures put together, but you have to have practices. Yes. I call them fire drills. We have fire drills in our businesses,
Yes.
right? If there's a fire, we know where the exits are. What about in your company? Do you have a fire drill? What happens if you are hacked? What do? You're going to call IT and say, I think we've been hacked? And your IT person is what? Your 12-year-old nephew to help put together your system in your small business? Come on, folks. You got to have a professional policy put together. Contact our company. We can do that for you. Oh, you know what? I should give out my new text.
Yes, you should.
If you text the word MACK from your smartphone, folks, just go in your text editors, messengers, and text the word MACK, M-A-C-K, to 444-999. 444-999.
Thanks.
You will get a link to information on my company, on our cybersecurity policy procedures, cybersecurity awareness education training, a link to my book, and be a part of our Protection Connection community. So definitely try that. It's pretty cool how that works. Yeah, very neat. So that's one app. Other apps we could talk about. We were talking about having a VPN.
Yes.
Those who don't know what a VPN is, it stands for Virtual Private Network. We talked about that a little bit today at our event at Sierra Gold. It's a virtual private network, gives you a cloak, if you would, over your smart device when you're on Wi-Fi and you're on the internet. It gives you the extra layer of protection so cyber hackers can't watch over your shoulder while you're entering your keystrokes into your company, your corporation, to your bank account, your financial institutions. Gives you an extra layer of protection. And I suggest everyone out there who visits a coffee shop, a hotel, or you're on the road to definitely do that. But you want to hear something scarier?
Well, this is important now, right?
Okay, yes. Here's something scarier. How many of you know that when you're traveling in your car and you have your smart device, phone, in your purse, in your car seat, it's on Wi-Fi, and you're going across town, you'll be surprised how many Wi-Fi connections your phone is trying to jump on and hop on. What if it hops on a rogue hotspot set up by a hacker, and you're at a stoplight not even knowing it, and your phone information can be exposed? But what the hacker's looking to do is to plant malware in your device. So then you take it back into your office, bada boom, it's a Trojan horse. Okay.
What about cars that are Wi-Fi enabled now?
Cars are Wi-Fi enabled. There's been so many instances, and scary reports of those cars can be hacked into as well. Not just electronic ones, folks. Electric cars. Now we're talking about the gas vehicles being hacked into because of the Wi-Fi, right?
So I thought you were going to go the direction of the ISP with VPN because I've been reading about this, and Becky, who you know, was talking about and had posted a really interesting article that now your ISP, all of your searchable information, all the things that you do on the internet can be bought and sold and traded between providers. So how do you protect that, or how do you at least?
There is a stipulation with that. That means that we have to go to the ISP and opt out.
Yes.
Now we need to push that through legislation and through public forum.
Thing is like, don't call me after 8 o'clock for telemarketing.
It's like that, but yes,
which doesn't work.
It's true, it really doesn't work. We need to make this work by contacting our legislators and tell them, okay, guys, you need to make an amendment to that bill or do something else where we can opt out, where we don't want our information sold, because they can sell your information. A lot of them are doing it now.
Or just know what you're looking at.
Yeah, if you think it's worse now, when you go to Facebook, you see all your Google searches on your right-hand side. You're going to see more now. You're going to see emails and phone calls from these people because you were visiting a website. They're going to be contacting you.
But VPNs could somehow limit that a little bit, right?
They can limit a lot. Because what happens now, the onus was the federal level telling VPNs, ISPs, they couldn't do it. Now it's down to the ISP. So the ISP you have to contact and say, don't do it. We need to bring it back to a federal level by contacting your legislators. Folks, contact them. They do listen. If you protest in front of their office, emails, phone calls, they do listen. So absolutely do that.
Yes. So I was going to ask you, we may not have time, but what's your thought on fingerprint access for your phone versus, swipe and phone number?
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely going to talk about that. We're going to continue in our next segment too. That's a good one.
Yes.
Because that 20 years ago, that would not have been our society would have not have done that.
Right.
If you've asked people 20 years ago about having a fingerprint, no way, I'm not going to do my fingerprint, right? Now everybody's like, oh man, look how cool this is. My fingerprint. Well, there's more than just a fingerprint. There's another piece, and it's called...
Like retina scan?
Retina scan.
Oh my goodness.
And facial recognition as well. We're going to talk about that in our next segment. Facial recognition, retina scan, and the thumbprint, all of that too.
Yes.
Crazy. We'll be back here at Technology Review. Join us again every Friday at 3 p.m. I'm here with Sonia Pedowick.
Yes.
Ta-da! Said it, Pedowick. See you back here, folks. Thanks.